Hello, and welcome to Chapter 2 from our recent trip over to Germany. Christmas 2019, we went over and visited some family. Um, this video will be about the beautiful city of Regensburg, which was a major city very close to where we were staying, located in the southeast part of Germany, Bavaria area. Um, Very old, very historic, cobblestone streets. Um, Here you see what they call the dome, which is a historic church cathedral looking thing. It touches the sky. If you end up getting lost in downtown Regensburg, just look up and you'll see that thing and you'll know where you are. This is kind of like the town square area called the Platz, where they did Christmas market. This one, it was about a week before Christmas, still during the week. People were working, still during the day. They definitely get a little busier at night at Christmas markets. A lot of people on foot, some people on bikes, even some car traffic mixed in. So congestion, kind of tight. But it was nice because food vendors doing like roasted almonds, and there's what they call glühwein, which is spiced red wine that they heat up. So the place smelled really good. Um, this is again downtown. Um, During the day, fountain area, but too cold for the fountain. Still nice weather. We had decent weather the whole time we were there. It rained a couple days, but I don't think it ever got below freezing. We didn't see any snow, but nice sunny for the most part. But you can see, hustle bustle, lots of vendors, lots of shops all up and down different streets. Um, there's all kinds of, take this guy for instance, shops, coins, gold and silver, all kinds of old stuff. And we got to thinking, like, how does a guy like this stay in business? And selling Star Wars Legos was obviously the answer we were all looking for. Here's a little picture of our group: Uncle James, Levy, Jacob, Landon, Opa, Kevin, the city of Regensburg in the background, Oma Linda, Tessa, and Simone, James's wife. Uh, this is going to start talking about some of the churches and cathedrals we went into. Um, One of the cathedrals is where we caught the choir concert you're starting to hear in the background. This particular one, I don't remember the name of it, but we just went in, just walking around the city, and just decided to pop in and take some pictures, and this was kind of the access we got. Cool place, gold, ornate, beautiful, just, I mean, speechless in a place like this. They've got tombs of previous clergy, hundreds of years old, in the walls, in the floors. Intense feel in that place, definitely. Beautiful. Hammered bronze, silver, gold leaf. And this is just in the middle of downtown. Kind of there. Again, this is the dome. This is old cathedral. Some of the markings on the outside of the building gave dates like 1509, 1526, but inside there were plaques that had like 1700 dates on them. All the way outside, crucifixes and just detail. Every arch, every doorway, every window, every layer had just, you could stare for hours. Gargoyles and like a real old time, you know, historically preserved church. Survived World War II. At night, I mean, it's just a really, really intense building to look at. We did get to go inside of it. We went to an organ recital thing, and got a chance to go check it out inside. This was walking up to that. Kind of give you perspective on how tall and how big it actually is. It's imposing against the skyline, and it reaches the sky. Landon approved. He had a interesting experience inside a place like that, hearing the echoes. We were with Kevin, Tessa's dad. But even the doors for that place were, twice as tall as I was and thick. And, this is the main altar area. Had it done for the organ concert. The organist is actually up there to the right. I don't think you can see him. We did walk around and shoot little limited footage. Wanted to be respectful as much as we could. This is also still in the dome. They have a very immense pipe organ. Immense. This part here was roped off and gated off, but we were still able to get some shots of it. Again, part of the church. Just insane beauty. This is taken in the back courtyard at night. Transitioning over to St. James, I believe was the name of this one. This is where we saw the choir singing that you hear in the background. This again was just downtown, another cathedral. Beautiful place, gold, just gorgeous. The affectionate name was given to this place of Our Lady of Eternal Backspasm, given by Kevin. The pews in this place were original, and they kind of encouraged you for penance to like lean. There's a bench on the floor for kneeling, and the backs of these pews were just not comfortable. So much so that we ended up walking out early. We got up and left just because we couldn't sit on the pews anymore. It was awful. But a very beautiful cathedral, beautiful, lit up, and to hear the choir singing was an experience that was worth it for sure, as you can hear. This was back at the dome. Had some candles going on the side. Just a really old time sense. This place was during the day was amazing because it was floor to ceiling stained glass. I wish I could have captured a little bit more of that. It was incredible. Incredible. As we transition over here, we are looking at a Roman wall that was built in 197 AD that was discovered when they were renovating downtown, going to build what they call parkplatz, which is a parking garage basically. And as they excavated in the 80s, they found this wall and ended up excavating a good chunk of it and researched back to historical documents to figure out that this was a Roman settlement on the Danube, dating back 197 AD. Very military stronghold, troop quarters type place. They just came and set up shop because the river was, a military point, and it was, for supply chain, supply systems and stuff. So this was kind of cool to split the difference. They still made their parking ramp, but below it they made a museum and preserved this wall. So you're just walking downtown, and there's a 1800-year-old Roman wall just kind of right there. You can just kind of hang out and look at it. So you're not going to see that here in the States as much. This place is called St. Emeron's. It's a palace for the local royals. They don't have a monarchy, but they do have a royal presence, like in England and stuff. The countess that lives there during the 80s was more of a wild child than falling in line and being a royal. So she was in New York partying with Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, the Studio 54 crowd. So she's kind of reverent, and she likes to have a good time. She does events like this Christmas market that you're seeing, in part for the people and in part to help subsidize the upkeep of the palace. 500 plus rooms. Beautiful place. We did tour it. There's some footage that's not the greatest. We weren't supposed to be shooting. But as you can see, as it's starting to get darker, the place is just gorgeous, sprawling, enormous, glorious mansion. And the Christmas market was something to behold as well. There was a lot of food vendors. There was a area in the back for the kids, as you can see. There's our boy on the Ferris wheel in the, forget what they called it, Kinderplatz maybe, playground. It was real cool because you had the noise from the Ferris wheel going. The lights were, purple and flashing and stuff, all within the corner of the actual market itself. But again, 2 thumbs up from Landon, which was a big deal. More Christmas market, and this just went on for days. And you'd have, they're selling snow globes or Christmas ornaments or, these types of things, and you just stand in amazement. Just unbelievable. they thought I was weird because I was walking around in a short sleeve T-shirt with no jacket. It was 50 degrees out, and they were all bundled up, had their hats and gloves on, just looking at me like this crazy American walking around with this camera is nuts. But it wasn't cold to us. Michigan's a lot colder. We had good weather the whole time. Again, this was another nice day. And they were selling gloves, they're selling hats, they're selling all kinds of stuff, food. You see the palace in the background a little bit. These were kind of warm huts that you could grab your food and go sit down, and they had burn barrels going for heat. And this gentleman here, if you notice, is selling moonshine, and the whole countertop's laid out with shots. He himself was taking a couple. He was having a good time passing these out. 7 or 8 different flavors, different proofs. A couple different visits to his booth made the event nice, warm, and toasty. Here you see we're walking more into the main inner courtyard of the palace, and in the hallway going to, there's like restaurants and things. Start to see the Christmas tree there in the middle, 100-foot tall, if not more. And in the middle of the courtyard is kind of where they did most of the food court. So you had like one stand doing what they call half-meter hot dogs. They were 2 feet long. They had Käsespätzle, which is the macaroni and cheese type egg noodle dish with like fried onions on top. It's amazing. Roasted almonds, and all sprinkled throughout this whole place. There's places to pull up a table and eat. There was a fire going. There's a couple burn barrels, and all the food was just in the air. It was great. This little processional here was part of the show. They had this processional come in with lanterns and lamps led by angels. You'll see here in just a second, I think. Yeah. So they walked through the middle by the Christmas tree and then had like a play going on the upper balconies of the palace over the courtyard. So people would stop and watch this little play, and then it ended up walking through kind of right where we were. It's dark, but you get a sense of just old time, Weihnachten, Christmas celebration in the old city. Beautiful palace, beautiful place, 500 plus rooms. Still with us, thanks for watching. Here's a little shot of the food area, as it were. I'm going to be doing a quick preview at the end of this to kind of look forward to what we're going to look at next. Night. We enjoyed this one. Good food. This is a good. Go ahead and like the video, and if you're so inclined, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And we are going to be putting up a couple more videos of some of the stuff we saw. Little preview here real quick. The next video is going to take a look at from the Christmas market. Next video is going to feature some castles and some things along the Danube River Valley. This one is Donnerstoff. Hilltop. Right down the way is a place called the Valhalla, the German Hall of Heroes. Right on the edge of the world. We went up and took a look at that one of the last days we were there. Really cool. And in the distance, past that, about another probably 20 minutes, is this place, Castle Falkenstein. So next episode, look forward to some stuff like this. This place was kind of eerie, kind of really, really old school, kind of sketchy. But we'll flesh that out next chapter. So there in the distance, you see the old castle. That was crazy. So stay tuned. That's for the next one.